All right, let's do a tiny little bit of calculation. So it helps you to understand the concept. But remember, in reality, in practice, there will be a lot of complications. So this is like a simplified version, like lab version that I created for you. So just to help you understand this. But as you guys can see, yeah, I omit a lot of things in practice. Okay, so you know what? In practice, I also got a practice demonstration of how to fill the form, do the calculations, and all that. So yeah, let's just focus on this. Okay, so for example, if you got a startup, right, and the startup got the 25,000 US dollars R&D credits. So let me ask you one question. You know, this 25,000 US dollars, where does this like come from, right? So basically, it's a typical R&D credits. So you are going to find this on your form 67 and 65. Okay? So basically, you're going to compute this research credit on that form, and then you use that number. You got it back to this all-inclusive GBC. Okay? And remember, I make this example pretty simple because I just say, hey, this is an umbrella of credits, just got one credit of R&D. Okay, so that's simple, huh? So that's one item down, and we got tax liability. Okay, so the tax liability is the net income tax available for the GBC this year. Okay, so what I'm assuming here is there no other precedence credits and no AMT. We mentioned AMT earlier. If we got AMT, that's a completely different story, right? So basically, you got this like before you got this AMT, you got this like a TMT. So basically, it's tentative minimum tax. Okay, what I'm doing here is assuming that general business credits right now are to net income tax minus certain other credits and adding tentative tax, minimum tax. What I'm going to do is to say, hey, there is no other credits as well as no other tentative minimum tax. So no AMT as well as no other credit as well. So the only thing that I need to focus on is this R&D credit as well as the tax liability. Okay? So there's no other precedent credits and no AMT. Just the pure income tax available for the GBC. Okay? That's your tax liability. And let me ask you a question. What amount is allowed right now? Okay? Really simple. You got a tax limit of 10,000 US dollars. That's the amount that is allowed. You can't exceed this amount. Okay, that's the threshold. That's the limit. Not threshold. Threshold is like a lower number. That's the limit. You can't exceed that limit. And whatever you exceed, there will be extra that you can carry back or carry forward. Okay, so let me do that tiny little bit calculation. This is a credit. You can use that credit, but only up to a certain point. Only use that up to your tax liability. That's your limit. So basically, you're going to subtract 10,000 US dollars from this 25,000 US dollars. Sorry. Then you got 15,000 US dollars, right? And remember, you only use up to 10,000 US dollars. So basically, this is the extra here that is unused. Okay? So basically, right now, you got two option. One option is you can carry if it is helpful, right? So for example, you got a huge R&D this year, and previous year, if you can like carry it back, you can save a bit more money. You can do that. Okay? But most of the time, you're going to carry forward. And as I said, this is really, really flexible credit. It can actually carry forward for 20 years. That's a lot, okay? So basically, that's exactly what this Form 3800 provides.